So 11G, this is the final concept we're learning, is defining the equation of a line. If we are given enough information about a line, we can actually determine its equation. So have a look at the green box. To determine the equation of a line, we need to know either its gradient and at least 1 point which lies on the line, or 2 points which lie on the line. So that's what we need to know. So make sure you write this green box down in your book. Alright, that's very important. So let's have a look at this. For example, this one, let's say we know a gradient half and it passes through that point 2, 3. So satisfy this little dot point over here. It has a gradient and it has 1 point which lies on the line. Alright, so we'll show you how to do it. So for any point x and y, we don't really care. We don't know it, but let's say there's a point x and y. Basically, what we can do is figure out that the gradient is y take 3, x take 2, using the gradient formula. Right? And then that gradient should equal a half. Right? We should know that. So basically, that has its little own equation. Once you've got this, if you want to convert it into a gradient intercept form, all you have to do is times this onto this side because it's a divide. Right, so you've got that instead now. And then what you have to do is expand that bracket, so you get half x and then half times -2, which becomes a -1. Right, you're almost there. What you have to make sure is you have to get rid of this -3, so you go +3 onto both sides, and this -1 turns into a +2. So now it is in a gradient intercept form. Alright, from here, if you want to go to the general form, so all I have to do is I cross multiply. I go 2 times y take 3, so make sure you've got that bracket, that's very, very important. And then I go 1 times x take 2. Well, 1 times x take 2 was just x take 2, however this one I have to expand, 2 times y, which is 2y, and then 2 times -3, which is -6. Right, almost there. So now what I have to do is general form, remember it has to be ax plus by equals a constant, so my x has to be on the left hand side, so I do -x to get rid of it. Alright, actually no, I like to have my x positive apparently, so what I can do is move this one to this side by minusing 2y. Alright, I can move this constant number that way by adding 2, and then you get this formula, general form. Alright, so this is another green box that you can write down. So basically this summarizes all your finding. If the straight line has a gradient m and passes through a point AB, basically you can make sure these are numbers, these are actual numbers. These y and x stay as y and x. We don't know them. And then what you're going to do is substitute these values. So these values I've highlighted, you need to substitute actual real numbers to it. Right? Y and x stay. So maybe you could annotate that. Say sub real numbers in. Okay? And then after you get this little equation, you can then rearrange it to get either the gradient intercept form or the general form. Right? So copy that green box down. We'll do an example.